You look tan. You went out, did traveling?
Yeah, but only here. I only tan here, and only when my girlfriend makes me. But that's it.
Is that by the pool or on the beach? Like, what do we?
I do both. I would say I do both, but I would rather do pool.
Are you at a point now where you're in Miami and people recognize you and come up to you and stuff like that?
Yeah, I wouldn't say a lot of them. Miami has a lot of crazy people. A lot of stuff going on. But I would say people now and then really know who I am.
Yeah.
Which
is the pool situation? Is that because you don't like sand?
I actually love sand.
Okay.
I just like to swim, and I feel like
less sharks in the pool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And ocean is kind of crazy. I mean, I would go far even out here, but like people go crazy, and guys will call me back.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm not a big fan of it.
Are you a good swimmer?
I would say I'm a great swimmer.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you're saying you're going pretty far out there in the ocean to the point where lifeguards are telling you to come back. Like I would never. Like that's the last thing a lifeguard would tell me. I don't go further than 10 feet. I'm just like.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, sir, you can go out a little further. That's what they were.
I did water polo when I was a kid. That's why I'm a good swimmer.
Water polo. That's right.
That's
right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Is there some truth to that? Because they'll say about Nikola Jovic how when he played water polo a lot growing up too, and that's kind of how he developed his passing skills, like the over the head passes.
Yeah.
Do you think there's truth to that, and does that apply to you?
I think it helps in certain ways, but I don't know. I'm not sure. But it for sure helps in some ways.
Are you feeling like a vet now? This is your third media day. Like, are you feeling like, I know this media day, this is my gym, like I know everything. Like, how are you feeling now versus like 3 years ago?
I mean, about media day, I don't know. I guess I know what's gonna happen and how it goes, but it's more about those practices and those scrimmages we have. Right. So I would remember my first 2 years and be like, damn, I really struggled. And now you see those guys that just came in and they have the same problems. So I kind of can see how it goes, and you really don't respect how much actually experience means to you until you actually experience few things. So now I feel like I know certain things on the court and how certain things will go and this and that. So
that's a big difference, though.
Yeah,
it makes you feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
So what's your mindset like what are you thinking as you go into this camp, knowing how camp has been the last 2 seasons and what your expectations are for you?
I mean, I'm only trying to show coaches and our coaching staff that I'm better than I was before. Last year. So that's about it. We have a lot of good players, and I feel like there can be a lot of good lineups. So where I can fit, as much as I can show them, will help me for sure. And that's about it. I don't have any crazy expectations. I just want to show the people that I improved, and I can play on a high level, and that I can be a good player on a great playoff team. So yeah, that's about it.
Are you healthy?
Yeah.
What happened this summer? Because I don't think we ever got the full story of exactly what the situation was.
I mean, everything was going good. I went home as soon as the playoffs finished, and I started working basically immediately because I really wanted to improve my body and everything. And I came back here for a few days, and let's say my last day here, basically that night I was supposed to fly back home, and I had a few drills when I had to play one-on-one defense, and accidentally I stepped on someone's foot, and my foot kind of broke.
Rolled? Was it roll? Oh, you broke, or?
I had a little fracture, and that's about it. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was still a fracture, and I had to be in a boot and stuff. So, it kind of.
It was hard figuring out exactly what the prognosis was and how you were recovering, especially with the Olympics and everything else. I know you wanted to go out there and play, and you weren't able to do so at full strength. Right?
Yeah.
Was that a bummer to not be able to participate the way that you wanted to participate?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm just happy Spo and everybody actually did let me go, because when I look back into it, I really wasn't ready, though. It might be even I'm not sure if it was a great idea to go. So I had maybe 2 practices and two games with the Serbian team before we went, and that's about it. What I did in like a month and a half. So, but I'm happy I was there, and older guys are there really accepted the fact that I might not be ready. So I was just
your first Olympic experience, right?
Yeah.
So what was that like?
It was fun. It was fun. Yeah. It was really fun, and it's something different than the whole Olympic Village thing and everything. I feel like you gotta experience it, and it's something that you don't see every day, you know. And those villages where you would be around so many people, and when you actually think about it, those are all those guys are professional athletes and they're best in what they do. It's amazing.
Did you get a chance to meet up with Spo and Bam while you guys were over there? And
I didn't because they were all the time they were in Paris and we was in Lille, another city where qualifications were happening, and then
the enemy too.
And then when we actually went to Paris too, I got sick and stuff. So yeah, it wasn't really a great time to meet.
You've talked about wanting to punish smaller players in the post when you have an opportunity this year and things like that. In terms of like being that more physical kind of player, being a little bit more, is that just sort of generally what you're trying to work on in your game in terms of maybe posting up smaller players, but the physicality of everything?
Yeah.
As you continue to get bigger and stronger and all those things.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what I meant. Sometimes I'm lost in my words, but I just want to be more physical and use my body more because I feel like I can, make so many opportunities for me and others with just being more locked in and more physical, where I can get to the rim easily. So I know I'll be a good spot-up shooter, and I'm still working on even being a better. But I always trying to add something that I don't do, and I wasn't really. I wasn't really doing a lot around the basket, which I think I should, especially because I'm 6'10", and I feel I can use it a lot more.
And that involves, obviously, you're talking about like rebounding, getting near the basket more, screen setting, things like that. That all is sort of part of that. I think that's I think that's when you look at the way that your game is growing. I think even towards the end of last year, you were getting more physical.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, part of the reason why you were in that starting lineup at the end there. I mean, how much of a confidence boost was that to be able to start playoff games? You've started playoff games now. Yeah,
I mean, it was insane. When I think about it, I think about it a lot, and I watch those games, those 5 games that we played. It's actually insane. 2 years ago we went to the finals. I was injured and I didn't, I was on the bench and stuff. So I experienced a few things, and then next year, in just 1 year to actually start it's a big difference. It's a big difference. And
does it feel different, like starting a playoff game versus like a regular season game? Like, how does it feel different to you?
I wouldn't say it feels different, but the fact that the fact that it is a playoff game, but on the court it actually is a lot different. The way how physical it is, and the way it's refereed, it's totally different. A lot of people,
national game, right?
A lot of people say it, but until you actually feel it and experience it, it's really hard to explain.
A couple of just sort of non-basketball related questions, but if you weren't in the NBA and you had to have a different job, what job would you have?
I feel like I would be I don't know, I always say different things. It depends what I like at the moment, but I feel like I would be an F1 driver.
An F1 driver. That's intense. Okay.
What kind of car are you gonna fit in at 16?
I mean, that's a problem, but I like driving a lot, And
you got your Mercedes last year, right?
You
told me that.
Yeah,
you were
but
excited about driving in Miami.
Yeah, but
that's different than an F1 car, though.
Yeah, I know. I like the speed. I like the all the stuff about cars. I like the to know a little more about cars, engines and stuff.
Oh, you work on cars like as a mechanic almost?
No, I mean.
You want to.
I would love to learn. I would, I don't think I'll ever work on them, but
I would love to learn too. Yeah, I changed my my wiper fluid for the. I did that the other day. That's not a big deal.
That's not the same.
That's not very good.
No.
Yeah,
I got this.
But it's just, especially now where there's so many electric cars and
right.
The real good engines, are more and more rare.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did you go to the Miami Grand Prix?
I actually didn't.
You didn't go. You should go.
I probably will.
I recommend that. It's a lot of fun. If you had to take a road trip with one of your teammates, who would it be?
You know what a road trip is, first of all?
Yeah.
Okay. So like you're driving for like 5-6 hours. You had to take one of your teammates.
I would go with Age.
Yeah? He's a good guy to take on a road trip.
Yeah, he doesn't like me a lot, but
Why?
that'll be fun. I don't know.
You got Pella insulting you.
Something
H
you did.
Like you. Are you a bad teammate all of a sudden now?
I don't know. Might be.
Who's the last teammate you would take on the road trip?
Probably Kevin Love.
Right?
Yeah. He makes too much fun of me, man.
Yeah.
He makes fun of you?
Yeah.
Wow. You're not even the rookie anymore.
I know.
You should have veteran respect.
Some things have to change, man. It'll be changed soon.
Last thing, what was your first memory of the Miami Heat? Not like your personal, like growing up, like having seen them on TV or
yeah.
Like
so
when did you who are the players you associate with the Miami Heat?
So the fun story is first time I actually watched an NBA game was I woke up I came back from school one day and my dad is in the living room watching finals Heat against Spurs. I'm not sure which year was it. But
there's a good year and a bad year.
Yeah,
well, if he won, then it was probably 2013.
But I can't remember. I was so young in the moment. I just remember watching the game, and I remember he would show me LeBron, D Wade, and then he'll show me Tony Parker and those guys. So that's actually my first game I actually watched on TV.
Oh wow!
So
you like basketball right away?
Yeah, I loved it. As soon as I stopped playing water polo and I went to play basketball, I just loved it.
Did you watch a lot of water polo in Paris too? I should have asked that. I mean,
I can't believe I didn't watch our guys. They won gold.
Yeah.
And like I said, I was 6, so coaches and other guys didn't want me to leave my room, and it was a smart idea. But I didn't watch. I wanted to watch them, and I wanted to watch our tennis player Djokovic so much, and I just wasn't able.
Too bad.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you got a chance to sit down with us. Thanks so much, man. We're getting the wrap up.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you.